Hey everybody, good morning. It is the day after Christmas, 5 something a.m. New Year's is coming, so we know what that means. That means a whole bunch of people. It's actually remarkable how many people that getting fit, getting healthy, losing weight, whatever is number one on the resolution list. Pretty remarkable. How many people out there value that and see that as something that they want to do, but yet how many people struggle with it. So one of the things I want to talk about right now is as many people as there will be getting fit, signing up for a gym, trying to get started, there's a equal amount of excuses that will be coming shortly thereafter. And while there are definitely some legitimate excuses for why it's challenging for people to get in shape, there are quite a few of those excuses that are total bullshit. And I, for one, won't have any of these three following excuses. Number one, very important one. These are just my genes. I don't have the genes. I don't have good genetics for X, Y, Z. Whether that's I'm always going to be fat, I'm always going to be overweight. This is just the way I am, or whether it's a thin person, maybe who's weak, who says I'm just never going to be stronger or have any muscle. This is just the way I am. Or anything related to that. Bullshit, I don't want to hear that one. Maybe ever. Actually, that might be the worst one because when I talk to these people who are frustrated with their quote unquote genes, what I find is that they have actually not done any of the things that would help them kind of fix that poor genes properly for a substantial amount of time. So what I would say to that person is before you blame genetics and your genes, come talk to me and follow what I'm going to tell you consistently for 1 year. 1 year. Do what I tell you for a year and then come talk to me again. And if by then nothing has happened, we can agree that you have terrible genetics and it's not going to happen, right? But I have never seen it happen. So there are tons of big, strong people out there who started out really skinny and didn't think that they had genetics, right? There are people who are genetically blessed, and I remember kids that were in 4th grade and had muscles, right? So I wasn't one of those guys, okay? But they're out there, okay? We hate those people. Just kidding. But they're out there, but if that's not you, that doesn't matter, okay? I've never seen a person with a proper strength training program who hasn't quadrupled their strength in a year. Now, mind you, I don't care if you've tried working out, if you've tried lifting weights. I've met hundreds of people that tell me, I do squats, I do lunges, I do weights, I've done weights, it doesn't work. And then literally within a couple weeks of understanding how to properly strength train, very different than just exercising or working out, they start getting stronger and building muscles, and I see the light bulb go off like, oh, like this could actually happen for me, right? So I don't care what you've done in the past. You have to take a look and make sure you're doing it the right way and optimally to actually get the result you want, not just playing around. So, if I am just going to go play basketball every day for a couple months, I suck I'm terrible at basketball. So if I just keep going out there and playing, pick up and trying to shoot, I probably won't be much better in 2 months. So it'll be easy for me to say, I just don't have the knack for basketball. Now, mind you, I don't have the knack for basketball, right? But had I taken a coach, had somebody teach me, spent some time with people that actually know how to play and try to learn, I guarantee you in 1 year, I'd be pretty good, okay? I'm not going to be great, but I'm going to be way better than I am now. So I don't want to hear that excuse. Most people that I've met have not strength trained substantially or properly for any period of time. So 100% guarantee you're going to get stronger in 3 months, 6 months to a year. Nutritionally, everybody that I've met hasn't really been following an effective program, right? It's been okay, but it's definitely got shortcomings why they weren't successful. So rather than them beating themselves up over it's their genetics that limited them, I challenge them to look at the program they've been attempting to follow and look for their fault in that. That leads me to number two. I don't have the discipline, right? I don't have the discipline to do it. Can't do it. I've tried it. I keep giving up. This is an interesting take on this one. So I've talked to people that say, hey, I tried this thing for a month and I just gave up. I tried this thing for a month, just gave up. So I just kind of quit everything. And I challenge him to say, well, don't get down on yourself about quitting after a month. I would look at it this way. If after a month of doing something, nothing positive has happened to show you that there's going to be improvements coming, right? Nothing has happened to indicate that if I do this for 3 more months or 6 more months or 9 more months, I'm going to be in awesome shape. I've been doing it for a month and all I am is tired. I don't really look any better. I don't feel any better. I don't feel any stronger. You should fucking quit. Like, why would you keep going? It would be not smart to keep going, right? Because there is no reasonable proof that this is going to all of a sudden start working. So I'm not saying you should see massive results in a week or a month. What I'm saying is after a couple weeks to a month, you should see indications that this is getting better. So again, when you have a proper strength training program, a proper nutrition program, you start to feel better almost immediately. Within a few weeks, you are feeling stronger. You are feeling muscles. Maybe they're not showing yet, but they're underneath there. You can see your weight's going up. Your eating habits have started to show in your mood, in your energy, in the way your clothes fit. These are indicators that you're on the right path. So if you're not seeing those indicators, that's why you're quitting. That's not a discipline situation. That's actually being smart. Try something that works and watch how disciplined you get, okay? It's 5:45 right now on a Saturday morning after Christmas. I do not want to be here. I would much rather be in bed. But it's important for me to get these videos done, to get my workout in, because once I start seeing clients this morning and then I got family today, I'm not going to have time for that. So I would definitely not be here if I didn't think anything that I was going to do today would be effective. But if I know it's going to be effective, I can get out of bed. So there's your discipline, right? Another one along those lines, eating. A lot of people say they have no discipline. They get home at night and they just eat crap for dinner, or they get fast food on the way home. I have no discipline. I can't control my eating. Okay, let's look back at the day. No breakfast, small, crappy lunch, lots of coffee, crashing at 3 o'clock. By 5 o'clock on the way home, super hungry. Discipline goes out the window, of course, because you put yourself in a position to fail, and 99% of people will fail at that point. Try a nice big breakfast. Try healthy snacks throughout the day. Try a good lunch for a week, and all of a sudden, your cravings at night go away. Your need to just drive through and grab a quick pizza on the way home because you're too tired to eat and make dinner go away. Well, maybe if you meal prepped during the weekend, so you had healthy meals created, you had easy breakfasts prepared, shakes, grab and go food and snacks that you could have quickly on the way to work, you're not subject to making bad decisions when you're hungry. That is massive when it comes to discipline. It's about setting yourself up to be successful, not putting yourself in a position to fail and then beating yourself up over it. Finally, and I will not spend a lot of time on this because I have in the past, time. I don't have time. I hate that one so much because I know there are people that are really strapped for time, right? We're talking about a couple different jobs, kids, blah, 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 blah. Find me that person that literally does not watch 10 minutes of TV, nothing, zero TV, and then we can have that conversation about time. But if you watch one show, one movie, one brainless thing, I'm thinking you have time to fit this in, particularly if it's important to you, right? If this is important to you, you can find the time. You don't have to commit 5-10 hours a week to this, okay? A couple hours a week. Strength training is remarkable in that you can get a lot of benefit out of a very little time investment. This is another reason why I love it compared to cardio. You can just get more done in your hour of strength training. You don't have to keep adding hours. So this is time for another video. I'm running way long. But the point is, when it comes to the time excuse, it's really just a value judgment. Is it important to you enough or not? Okay. My next video, we're going to talk about the 1 to 10 scale. How do you feel about yourself on a 1 to 10 scale? If that number, I'm talking about just your physical being, right? If that number is anything below an 8, you got time. You have time to get yourself in shape. So take a look at how you spend your time and look at all these places where you're wasting it and find a way to turn that into valuable time to basically change your life and the way that you feel about yourself. All right, peace out.